Houthis launched a major offensive a month ago, a little over a month ago, to take Mareb, and there is a real threat that they would take the city. Houthis have superior weapon capabilities and a lot of fighters. The local forces, Yemeni government forces, and the tribes are on the defense. And the only thing that's stopping Houthis from taking Mareb now is really the airstrikes. The government forces and the tribes don't have the weapons that would allow them to push the Houthis out too. So what would happen if Houthis take Mareb? And let's remember that this is a city that before the war only hosted 50,000 people, and they were local tribesmen. The city have grown into a big city with 3 million civilians, including 1.5 million IDPs, according to a humanitarian expert involved in Yemen that I talked to a couple of weeks ago. So the prospects of Houthis taking Mareb would have huge, massive consequences on the humanitarian situation, and expect a major humanitarian disaster. 3 million people might be displaced. The implication of Houthis taking Mareb on the humanitarian situation would be probably unprecedented in Yemen. On the other side as well, the Houthis, if they take Mareb, they will capture Safir oil company. And Mareb is one of 3 governorates in the country that has oil, but also Mareb is a source of all Yemen gas as well. So with that, Houthis will have resources to fund their war. However, we have to also be realistic. Houthis are pretty much overstretched. They're in control of the north. Mareb is going to be another story. They're not going to be able to control Mareb easily. It will probably be a bit of a big bite for them to swallow, and they might choke on it. One of the potential scenarios is for Mareb to turn into a battleground. Houthis might agree with some tribal leaders, but then they're very much resented in Mareb that a lot of people will choose to fight them. Now, Houthis have in the past quelled opposition, and we all remember what happened in Hajur a couple of years ago, where the tribes rebelled against the Houthis, and they were harshly defeated by the Houthis. So we might also see that scenario. But one thing for sure is that Mareb, which has been an icon of stability, security, that attracted a lot of Yemenis, millions of Yemenis, is no longer going to be that. It will be a destabilized region. And Houthis might be able to eventually control it using their maximum force. And if they do that, they will likely expand into Shabwa and Hadramaut, and potentially to the rest of Yemen. Now, there was a question about what the government of Yemen position will be. It will be weaker in the negotiation table. I mean, the government is weak as it is now, but it will be even weaker. And I don't know what UN negotiations will mean if Houthis take Mareb. The government is, as I said, in the south, it's at the mercy of the SDC. It was kicked out from Aden a couple of years ago, and it came back after more than almost 2-year negotiation led by the Saudis and pressure on the SDC by the Saudis. So it has a shaky position in Aden. The STC, the Southern Transitional Council, already saying that they will negotiate with the Houthis if the Houthis take Mareb. So I think also deeply inside the STC, to some extent, want the Houthis to take Mareb, because in their mind, it will help weaken Hadi and Islah. And it will strengthen their position to push for secession. But I honestly think, again, that there will be no peaceful scenario out of Mareb fall. That would be a game changer in Yemen war, but a game changer in the worst direction, in a much worse direction than the one we're already in now. Houthis will not stop their attempt to expand beyond Mareb and to the south. And a lot of locals in Mareb, but beyond Mareb as well, might pick up arm. Most likely will pick up arm and fight against the Houthis, and that will basically destabilize a lot of regions in Yemen that are relatively stable right now. So the implications on not only peace in Yemen and the potential to like end the war, but also the stability of the country, of 80% of the country that's now outside the Houthi control. So